In 1991, a pregnant Angela Hammond vanished from a phone booth in Clinton, Missouri, during a call with her fiancé. This true crime documentary explores the unsolved case, the haunting last words, the suspect who vanished into the night. The town of Clinton, Missouri, population 8,500, was a picture of American quietude in the spring of 1991. But on the night of April 4th, a chilling event shattered that peace, spawning a mystery that remains one of America's most haunting true crime cold cases. This is the story of Angela Hammond, a bright, beloved 20-year-old whose life and future were stolen in a matter of minutes, leaving behind only echoes of a desperate phone call and a community forever searching for answers. Angela Hammond was 4 months pregnant and deeply in love with her fiancé, Rob Shafer. Their life together was just beginning. That evening, after leaving her waitressing job, Angela visited her mother before heading to a local payphone to call Rob. At approximately 10:30 p.m., as Rob chatted with Angela from his own home, their mundane conversation turned to terror. Angela suddenly screamed, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop. Help me, Rob." The line went dead. Acting on pure instinct, Rob Shafer threw himself into his truck and sped toward the phone booth, located near the city's fishing lake. As he drove, he passed a suspicious-looking truck, an older model, possibly green or blue, with a missing or broken antenna, coming from the direction of the booth. In a moment of horrifying clarity, he saw Angela inside, her face pressed against a window, mouthing the words, "Help me." The driver was a man Rob would later describe as having a Neanderthal look, a heavy brow, broad shoulders, and unkempt hair. Rob immediately turned his truck around and gave chase. A high-speed pursuit ensued through the streets of Clinton. Rob was gaining ground, closing in on the abductor, when his truck's transmission suddenly failed. He helplessly watched as the taillights of the vehicle carrying his fiancée disappeared into the darkness. It was the last confirmed sighting of Angela Hammond. The Clinton Police Department, along with the FBI, launched a massive investigation. Witness accounts. Aside from Rob, another witness reported seeing a man loitering near the phone booth earlier that evening, matching the rough description. The vehicle, the search of the distinctive pickup truck, became a nationwide effort. Similar trucks were stopped and investigated across the country, but none yielded a solid lead. Potential suspects. Over the years, several persons of interest emerged. Notably, serial killers Robert Van Rhodes, the truck stop killer, and Larry DeWayne Hall were investigated for potential connections due to their modus operandi and known travel routes. However, no concrete evidence ever linked them to Hammond's abduction. A chilling tip. In 2007, a tip suggested that Angela's remains might be buried on property near Clinton. Despite an extensive dig, no evidence was found. The case, brimming with eyewitness descriptions and a clear timeline, frustratingly led nowhere. The abductor in his truck seemed to have vanished into thin air. The disappearance of Angela Hammond endures as a true crime mystery for several agonizing reasons. The transit nature of the crime. The prevailing theory is that the abductor was not a local, but a stranger passing through town. This makes him exceptionally difficult to identify and track. The lack of physical evidence. The phone booth yielded no definitive forensic evidence. Without a crime scene or a vehicle, DNA and fingerprint evidence were impossible to come by. The trauma of the witness. Rob Shafer experienced an unimaginable trauma. While his description was crucial, the stress and speed of the event can affect memory recall. The digital era. In 1991, there were no traffic cameras, widespread cell phones, or digital databases to quickly cross-reference information. Investigations relied on manual legwork and public tips. Beyond the clues and speculation lies a profound human tragedy. Angela was a young woman with her entire life ahead of her. Her family was robbed of a daughter, a sister, and a future grandmother. Rob Shafer lost a soulmate, the child they were expecting. The case was featured on Unsolved Mysteries in the early 1990s, catapulting it into the national spotlight and generating thousands of tips, but none cracked the case. The segment remains one of the show's most memorable and heartbreaking, a testament to the raw emotion and utter bafflement that still surrounds the story. Over 3 decades later, the case of Angela Hammond remains cold but not closed. The Clinton Police Department still considers it an active investigation. For online sleuths and true crime communities, her story is a frequent topic of discussion, a puzzle that everyone hopes to one day solve. The image of a terrified young woman mouthing, "Help me," from a stranger's truck is a ghost that haunts the annals of American crime. It serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of safety and the enduring pain of mystery without an end. Angela Hammond would be 53 years old today. Her physical descriptions at the time of her disappearance are listed below. If you have any information, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, please contact the Clinton Police Department at 660-885-3511.